Let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're tackling a deeply painful reality that so many women face, but almost no one wants to talk about out loud. We're looking at what happens when a man loses attraction after years together, and we're exploring that really profound loss of desire, effort, and emotional closeness. This is a raw, real look at the receipts of relationship breakdown, and we're pulling this directly from some incredibly powerful source stories and analysis. If you're watching this, you might actually know this silent, heartbreaking shift all too well. It's that terrifying realization where you notice old happy memories. Times when he literally couldn't take his eyes off you, fading into these quiet, present-day moments where you just feel completely invisible. He's distracted, the air between you feels heavy, and you're just left guessing what exactly changed. I want to share a quote that really sets the stage for everything we're going to look at today. Sometimes attraction does not die from age, it dies from distance. Fading attraction is rarely about physical age or weight or the natural changes of a human body. It actually dies from a profound emotional distance that just quietly creeps into the home. It's like an invisible wall goes up and it completely shuts you out. Section 1. When the glances stop. The silent shift in a long-term relationship. It's so crucial to understand how this loss of intimacy actually starts. You see, it's almost never some explosive argument. It's a slow, agonizing fade. As our sources point out, very few men are going to look at their partner and explicitly say they're disgusted. What's way more common is that a wife simply knows her husband doesn't think she's pretty anymore. The affectionate little glances just stop. He doesn't reach for you. He keeps the lights off. It creates this oppressive air of distance that you're both breathing in your own home. You might not be able to put your finger on it right away, but you know he's checked out. And the sources we're looking at illustrate this perfectly. Take the story of Casey. She was married for 18 years, and her husband simply stopped saying hello when he walked in the door. He completely started treating her like a roommate. But here's the kicker. While he offered her nothing but silence at home, he was cheerfully texting a female coworker good morning at 5 a.m. every single day. He pulled away instead of speaking and just left his wife to drown in insecurity. Section 2. Distance, not physical age. What actually causes attraction to fade? So, what are the true killers of attraction? Well, sources break it down to things like routine, resentment, and stress. But there's also this really intense psychological element. Some men actually compartmentalize their partners into boxes. They put their partner in a mother or roommate box, and their brain completely disconnects that from the romantic or sexual box. Couple that with holding on to grudges and just completely stopping any effort to play and engage together, that romantic connection is literally starved to death. I want to pause here for a second because the sources highlight something incredibly vital. She was not asking to be worshipped. She was asking to be noticed. Walking into a room and having your partner look up and smile, that's not a luxury. That is the baseline of a relationship. You simply miss the basic human decency of being seen and acknowledged by the man you love. Moving on to Section 3, when comfort becomes neglect, the dangerous line between secure and ignored. This leads into, honestly, one of the most toxic excuses we see in long-term relationships: confusing comfort with neglect. There is a massive contrast here. As one source described his 6-year marriage, true comfort is loving the person beneath the surface, through life stresses, bad decisions, and aging. It's feeling secure. Neglect is entirely different. Neglect is using your history as a convenient excuse to stop planning, stop touching, and stop making her feel wanted. Being used to someone is absolutely not a free pass to stop trying. I really want to hit this point hard. Routine did not kill the relationship. Neglect did. Having a predictable life together, that's totally normal. But choosing to stop making your partner feel valued and desired within that life, that is a conscious choice of neglect. Section 4. Feeling invisible and unwanted. The internal toll of a partner's silence. The internal weight of this is just absolutely crushing. Our sources shared the heartbreaking story of Emma, who was a newlywed. She accidentally overheard her husband on a video call with his friends, basically agreeing with them as they mocked her looks and compared her negatively to his slim, light-skinned ex-girlfriend. Imagine that daily rejection. Think about the profound embarrassment and the deep, deep shame of feeling entirely invisible and unsafe in your own home. You're constantly feeling like you're not enough because the very person who is supposed to protect you is the one tearing you down. Which brings us to a really crucial realization. A woman can still be beautiful and feel invisible beside a man who stopped trying. I need you to hear this. Your worth, your radiance, and your beauty are not diminished for a single second just because your partner lacks the character to acknowledge them. His blindness is his failure. It is not yours.
Section 5. Does he still care? Recognizing the pattern of his reaction. Because eventually the silence has to break, right? And how he reacts is everything. The real test is watching the pattern when you finally gather the courage to express your pain. A man of character hears that his partner is hurting, tries to bridge the gap, and apologizes. But then we see the cowardly reaction. Remember Casey's story? When she brought up how much his relationship with his coworker hurt her, he dismissed her insecurities as stupid. When he was pressed about it in therapy, he just walked out. He told her if she didn't like it, she should just leave. He completely deflected to avoid any accountability.
And that brings us to the real core issue here. The issue is not just that he stopped looking at you the same way. Look, people change, stress happens. The real issue is whether he still cares enough to notice how much his distance hurts you. His complete lack of empathy to your pain, that's the ultimate red flag of emotional abandonment.
Section 6. Speak up, never beg. Confronting the neglect with honesty.
You're going to have the hardest conversation of your life, but you must do it without sacrificing a single ounce of your dignity. Here are the exact actionable phrases you can use to confront this head-on. Do not beg. Just state your reality. Say, I feel like you do not see me anymore. I feel unwanted. I need to know if you are still emotionally in this relationship. I need effort, honesty, and respect, not silence. You're putting reality right there on the table, and you're forcing him to either step up like an adult or admit he has checked out.
I want to leave you with this really powerful anchor quote. Do not beg someone to see you when they are choosing to look away. You cannot force someone to value you, but you absolutely have the power to stop accepting their neglect. So it all comes down to this question. Will you demand the respect you deserve or continue living in silence? I know these topics are incredibly personal, and I know so many of you have lived through this exact silent heartbreak. If this explainer resonated with you, please subscribe and comment your story below. I want to hear from you. And let me know what relationship topic you want us to tackle next. You deserve to be seen.